Hello, I'm Dr. Tsoi, the acupuncturist and the herbalist, of course, the artist. Today I'm going to show you the new paintings, and these paintings is acupuncture herbs painting. So as you know, I use yin and yang and the 5 elements of color and to create art. So first thing is today's painting is acupuncture painting. So obviously I use the needles and do the acupuncture and the canvas. And say as you can see, you probably can see they have needles in there. This is A needles, so they have different movements. And of course, it may be a little difficult to look, but we're going to show you on the side, so you maybe can see a little bit more. And did you see more? Yeah. See a little bit more now? Yeah, you can see. Yeah. So that's that's the needles. So A needles. So you may ask a question, why use the needles? Of course, it become very interesting and a very cutting edge and a very new way to do art. But for me, they have many other reasons, more and spiritual, and also it's very educational and for people to understand and have something still exist. And you may get a surprise. A lot of people, they don't even know they have acupuncture, what the acupuncture means. So that's the acupuncture needles. Use the needles to helping people physically, mentally, and spiritually. So here, this is create art. You can see. So that's why it become interesting. And of course, you can see I put some school in there. So just have some contracts. So in this way, schools is much bigger and harder, and the needles is compared a little softer. So, but I have a little contract, a similar idea. So stuck in, but of course the needles is much thinner. So that's why they can do and patients. And of course, you cannot use a school to use do for acupuncture. So that's why they have a contract also become very educational. And here and the back here, and on the side you can see here. So they stick out more, and that's also because they herbs. So you can see the herbs. What we do is we get a very sticky pen, pen, and to make them stick out. You can see this become very interesting. So they have the sculpture itself. So that's why so it's very cutting edge. It's very new, and of course I'm the first one to use the medicine and arts and together. So hopefully you understand more, and it's very educational. Then you understand more what they do have herbs that exist. So what they can do, of course, they can create art, but also they can boil them and drink, so they help their physical condition. And of course, you're physically healthy, good for your mental condition, and good for your spiritual condition. So that's why it's very important to understand. And here I signed the signature on the side, and also and the signature on this side, and also have a signature on top. So you can see. Okay. So that's also the painting. See, the whole idea is you constantly, it doesn't matter where you are, who you are, and you cannot and escape the yin and yang. So including the artwork and a human being. As your viewers, you're part of the yin and yang because you're part of the universe. So the universe, the whole universe design and with the yin and yang. So that's why they always constantly have yin and yang effects. Of course, a lot of things is comparison. So just an example, the needles, and they compare with the canvas, so they belong to yang. And because the needles is hotter, and hotter is the yang, and the canvas is more soft. So, and of course, then the needles compare with the screw. The screws is much bigger, thicker, and so they become yang compare, and the needles become yin. of course, with the color-wise, so the block school, the color-wise, the blocks belong to yin, and the white canvas belong to yang. So that's why sometimes you don't get confused. So you have to separate them up. Color, what's the quality, speed, and fast, big or small. So they all involve with the yin and yang. So if you understand more, and then you start realizing in your life what kind of yin and yang you have, what kind of physical condition you are, if you're overweight, if you're nervous, if you're anxious, if you have a tumor, you have a cancer, your physical condition, you're nervous, you get easy to get upset, you always complain, or the other way is you're always happy. You have to figure out what kind of imbalance you have. You could be very balanced, and maybe they always have a little room to improvement, but you have to figure out what kind of imbalance you have. So that's why, you really have to understand in your life what kind of yin and yang you have. So that's why, you choose the art. So you see this painting, obviously you can see, have a lot more white. And of course, the white, as we know, if you watch my video, from white this help the lungs. So that's why blacks help the kidney, yellows help the digestion system, and the blues is good for the liver and gallbladder, and what's the other one? So the red is good for the heart. So that's why I see it's very, very important to understand the color and the movement and what is yin, what is yang. And of course, in the family life and the economy and the country to country relationship, everything, anything, they have a yin and yang. So that's why I have feeling in this country we are, the economy, they really recover a little slow. I don't know Obama really want to do anything. I think he may not. I have feeling they may little dislike with the business people, with the small business people, or so they really don't want to change anything, because a lot of things you just change the policy, so everything can change, but it's just a matter of control by somebody. They don't want to change, or the advisor or around them, they don't want to change. So I don't know who's the problem is, but that's why I see this a lot of things they always going to improve it. So of course, if he cannot do the job, so he's gonna out of the office soon. So hopefully somebody else can do the job. So the whole idea is about yin and yang. So the economy is too depressed. So if it's too depressed, so the people don't have a job to do, and that's not good. So you have to have a good policy to change so the people can able to work, and you can stimulate the economy. Not only just give them the fish, rather than teach them how to fish, give them advance so they want to fish more. So rather than give them a fish, so if you don't give them fish, the people die. So that's not good. That's a communist. That is not a capitalist. Capitalist is helping people to produce and helping people take a risk, and then try to make some profits and helping each other. So that's all about. So give people its job. So that's I am from a communist country. So that's why I hate to be a communist. So because everybody become lazy, or the policy make you lazy. So anyway, so I have today's conversation. I hope you understand a little bit more about my painting and my work. So this is the artwork. I hope you enjoy my work. So we talk more. Thank you for watching. So we talk more. If you're interested in my work, contact with me and or with my gallery, so you can collect my work. Thank you very much.